Hi there. In this demo, I'd like to give you a glimpse into the future of incident response. We believe we're heading to a future where AI agents will fix incidents for you, and you will only get paid in the middle of the night if your personal AI teammate gets stuck and is not able to fix the incident. And to turn this vision into reality, we're starting with an agent that performs root cause analysis. So by the time you open up your laptop to check the incident when you get paged, instead of seeing this, the raw alert, you see this, a complete root cause analysis consisting of key findings, recommended actions, and supporting data. The ilert AI responder works like any human responder. It performs the steps that you do over and over again intuitively, and is equipped with access to the tools that you require for root cause analysis, such as observability tools or your code repository. And it's capable of querying all these systems and correlating the data and then coming up with a root cause for the incident and suggesting actions. Now let's see this in action. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simulate an incident by introducing a bug in an app that I've recently developed. It's a minimalistic to-do list. This to-do list is widely popular, but one request I've been getting over and over again are due dates. Now, when I add a new to-do item, such as make a demo of ilert AI, it doesn't include any due dates. It only logs the date of when the to-do was created. I've already prepared the commit that will add this feature. So let me show you and push it to the main branch so it's live. So this is the commit I've prepared. It's not super extensive, but also not tiny. And let me push this commit. And if I now go back to the app, we can see it added support for due dates. So every to-do list item has a due date. Like here, I can just select the date when I want this to-do to be due. And let's do this with the first one. So let me assign it to Monday. Apparently it doesn't work. So whenever I try to set a due date, there is an error. So looks like I've introduced a bug. And because this app is widely popular, there is an alert that will be triggered whenever there are too many errors within a given period of time. So let's try to provoke this alert. There it is. So now I'm getting this alert from ilert. And of course, the first thing I do is acknowledge the alert so it doesn't get escalated to my colleague. And then now let's go back to ilert and check the alert. There it is. So the investigator already started doing an initial investigation. Let's have a look at that. So here is a timeline and a chat, and the chat also shows us the steps that ilert AI has performed to come up with its investigation. So it retrieved deployment events from ilert. It checked the logs, and then apparently this was already enough to come up with a root cause for this incident. So let's have a look at the key findings. Application errors occurred due to no such column date, due due date or due dat when updating to-do due date, causing failures in the to-do update feature. And it also recognizes that there is a recent deployment that introduced a schema change, but the update statement uses due dat. Apparently there is a typo in it. Then it comes up with the conclusion that the error is likely to affect all users attempting to update a to-do's due date, potentially impacting core functionality. So let's have a look at the recommended actions that the AI suggested to mitigate this incident. So of course, first and foremost, I should create an incident because this incident affects all users. So let's do that. Now an incident is being created for me completely automatically. So all the details are added. And again, because like the root cause analysis, it looks to the point, I'll just like trust the AI and create the incident. So this incident is now being published on the status page of this app. And then it suggests to fix the typo in the database update statement, change due dat to due date. But I didn't quite get that. Let me ask it again. So now I'm asking, what's the fix? The fix is to correct the typo in the source code where the SQL update statement uses due dat instead of due date. Okay, the method is update to due date. So let me copy that in database.ts. So let's go ahead and fix this. Maybe before I apply the fix, let's have a look at the logs it retrieved. So what are the relevant logs that indicate this error? And now let me switch to VS Code and fix the bug. So the typo is fixed, and now let's go back to the app and see whether this worked. Yes, it worked. So I can add a due date to any to-do list item. Okay, that was quite straightforward. There was a small typo, and I fixed it, and it's deployed. And you can see, because the issue is fixed, error rates go down, and the alert was also automatically resolved. All right, let's have a look at a more complex example of the same app. So here's what I'm going to do next. I've deployed this app on an actual Kubernetes cluster, so it's available to my users. And the app has a simulation of a memory leak. So it runs out of memory whenever there are too many requests. And those too many requests are quickly reached by doing a few refreshes. Now the app was already killed, and immediately I receive an alert from ilert. So let's acknowledge the alert. And as you can see, the responder agent has already started its investigation. It is now telling us what it's doing. It first starts with retrieving deployment events, and then it analyzes logs from Loki. And these steps, by the way, there is no script that tells the agent what to do. This is an agent, it has a goal, and it decides its own trajectory. So when it sees log, it might pull additional information from the code repository. So let's have a look at the key findings. The logs show repeated memory leaks and NPM errors with signals sig kill and sig term, indicating the service is being killed due to resource exhaustion, like OOM. And then it picks up the changes introduced by adding this new feature. Let's have a look at the logs. So we can see here there are a few logs related to the memory leak. I mean, these are logs produced by us where we artificially add this memory leak. But now let's try to actually fix the problem and see what the AI agent suggests. Investigate and address the memory leak in the application as indicated by the repeated log entries and process kills. Okay, now because this memory leak was artificially introduced, let's maybe try just increasing the memory so we can contain the incident for now and eliminate its business impact, and then look for a long-term fix. But let me validate this with ilert AI first. It's the memory usage over time. Now the agent understands that it might use Prometheus as a data source to answer my question. So previously it didn't have a look at Prometheus because based on the data it was clear to the agent that it's a memory leak. But now I'm asking additional questions. And the answer is the memory usage for the affected pod increased rapidly from about 38 megabytes to over 90 megabytes within a few minutes, which is a clear sign of a memory leak. Okay, that sounds good. Now let's suggest to increase the memory. And before I do this, let me show you the memory usage in Kubernetes cluster. So here, this command shows me what the current memory limit is. And I'm going to increase the memory limit and check here whether ilert actually has changed the memory limit. So I asked ilert AI to increase the memory limit to 512. And then it says I've increased the memory request and limit for the pod. let's verify this with the Cloud Shell. Indeed, it is now at 512. And now let's try accessing the app again. Yes, it works, and I can do as many refreshes as I want, and problem solved. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to check out ilert AI, please join our early access program. If you don't have an ilert account yet, feel free to create an account and then reach out to us, to our support, if you would like to join our ilert early access program to try out our new ilert AI responder.